Welcome to the Rogers Kakasungura YouTube channel. When William Ruto speaks before African leaders, he speaks like an intelligent man. He speaks like he's going to do it tomorrow. Lakini kwa ground, mambo ni tofauti. Ruto speaks huge. Ruto speaks tall. Ruto speaks big. Na anapigiwa tu makofi. Lakini marais wengine wa Afrika hawatambui kwamba huyu ni muongo number one. He speaks to gain popularity. It doesn't speak for the sake of acting. He speaks to be clapped for. He speaks for praises. He is a populist. In 2023, when William Ruto was given an opportunity to address African leaders, Ruto spoke heavily on why Africa needs to do away with the US currency and come up with their own currency. Makofi yalitwangwa. Wakasema kumbe Kenya iko na president mwenye ni bright. Bold enough to speak against the US dollar. Kumbe mjamaa alikuwa anazungumza apigiwe makofi. Haendi. 2023, 2024, 2025, we're in 2026. 4 years later, speech ya William Ruto ya kupush for a new currency for Africa iliishia huko. Vile alimaliza akapigwa makofi, alipotoka pale, ile speech na kila kitu na ideas aliwacha pale. He came to Kenya as an ordinary person. That is William Ruto. He speaks large. Akiongea paka unasikia we! Na huyu muungwana kweli hii akili Kenya ilitoanga wapi? Au ground mambo ni different. Can we listen to what William Ruto said?
Egypt wants to pay. Why are we bringing dollars in the middle of our trade? This is the question we should be asking ourselves. And in the process, all our business people are stranded. Egypt cannot pay for our tea because they are looking for dollars. We cannot pay for their sugar because we are also looking for dollars. You know? And this is I had a conversation with President Orama of the Afri-Exim Bank, and they have built a mechanism where all our traders can trade in the local currency, and we leave it to the Africa-Exim Bank to settle all the payments in local currency. We do not have to look for dollars. Our businessmen, our business people, our traders will concentrate on moving goods and services and leave the arduous task of currencies to Afri-Exim Bank. I know we are all trying to see because of what the dollar has done to all our economies. The dollar has moved from less than 1% in the US to about 5.2%. With that movement, and I am told it is the steepest rise in interest rates ever since the US established their mechanism. That steep rise has caused us unnecessary trouble. I think it is important for us to figure out. Many of us are saying, oh, maybe we should move away from the dollar to the yuan. Maybe we should move away from the dollar to another currency. I suggest that we have a mechanism where we can settle all our payments, whether between our countries or externally, using our local currencies, and we have a mechanism like the one that has been put up by the Afri-Exim to settle all that so that we don't have to be hostage to any one currency or the other. Without a single payment platform, payment instructions from one African country to another typically passes through several intermediary financial institutions, leading to increased costs, complications, problems, and unnecessary currency fluctuations and ends up being a whole ecosystem of confusion.
When William Ruto again hosted African leaders here in Kenya, he spoke tall. Mlisikia vile Macron alikuwa anasema akasifiwa, akasema hey, Kenya has an intelligent president. Ruto questioned on why African countries are still borrowing. Lakini hawajui hapa Kenya jamaa ameboro mpaka ile kiatu amevaa amenua na pesa ya kuboro. Hawajui? Hawajui ile belt amevaa amenua na pesa ameboro. Hata jana alikuwa na mkutano ya IMF kuwaulizia loan. Yaani Ruto anaongea lakini kwa ground. Hey. Different story. Can we listen to what William Ruto told African leaders when they were in Kenya here the other day?
This is the conversation we must have. Currently, we are putting a lot of our money from central banks in foreign banks. We are not putting that money in Africa Development Bank. We are not putting in Afri-Exim. We are not putting in ATD. We are taking it elsewhere. And that money is helping drive the development of other places. How do we take our money, give to people, and then we go on our knees to beg them to help us? That is not intelligent at all. I don't want to say, so you guys, and allow me to say this with a lot of passion because I know we have an opportunity to do something about it. Africa Development Bank, Afri-Exim Bank, RTD, TDB, AFC, and all the other good people, including Shelter Afrique, you guys cannot afford to let us down. You are our institutions. What we need to do from a policy position, as I speak to President Mahama and all the colleagues who are sitting here, we must invest in these institutions. We must put our money in these institutions. There are nations that put their money in the World Bank and IMF. We must put our money in these institutions. That is when we can guarantee our own development. Those who invested in World Bank and IMF have every reason to give us conditions from here to Johannesburg because it's their money. Yeah, it is their money. They may employ Maktar Diop, but the money does not belong to Maktar Diop. Maktar Diop is one of us, but the money does not belong to him. Right? So we must put our own money in these institutions so that they can leverage on our resources to crowd in more money from other areas. Therefore, I am making a passionate plea as a leader in Kenya that fellow heads of state sitting here with us, let us believe in ourselves. The solution for financing our development sits with us more than the people sometimes we point fingers. It is us to organize ourselves.
How I wish this video could be sent to other African countries. Na sifikia marais wanampigia makofi for nothing. Ruto hakuna kitu anafanya. Ni kuwadanganya huko nje akikuja. Kuna mwanaume anajipika kifua huko nje. Vile amechunga familia. Vile bibi yake anamuogopa. Akirudi kwa nyumba anatandikwa mpaka anaosha vyombo. That is who William Ruto is. God bless you.